the affirming stuff, and people didn't get it when I was all about, I lost all my circle of friends that were just like that I grew up with, that were on Facebook, that I stopped hanging out with, but I knew them, right? As soon as that BLM thing hit, I was just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to show people,
Right.
And the black dudes that I grew up with were like, that know me, were like, what are you trying to say? They actually trying to understand it because they know I ain't like that.
Right.
But they take it. But I'm like, BLM, garbage, dude. I was like, if you affirm BLM, then you are against God, pretty much, because they're against God. They're an organization that's just, they're making their own standard. They're playing God, pretty much.
Right.
And so my black friends would be hollering at me, but all them other people would be like, that didn't feel like they wanted to understand it, would just delete. They just deleted me, or would say a nice message like, "I'm sorry, bro, I gotta let you go." Even the underground scene, hip hop, that knows me for years, started just deleting me, and I'm like, y'all don't get it. Just because the name says Black Lives Matters,
right,
as a little trick to fool you, Did you read in between the lines of what this organization is actually affirming?
Right.
Because, and even, but then they don't get it anyways. You know what I'm saying, like they don't get standards and all that stuff.
That's the same. I mean, that's the same kind of thing. Even with, and that's just a deceptive thing. Satan comes as an angel of light, right? Like he comes as something that looks good, right? Like a dude that discipled me one time broke that down and was like, "Look, Satan ain't gonna come at you like Freddy Krueger, because you gonna know to run. Like he's gonna come at you with something that looks nice, that looks, you know what I mean? Like
exactly. No, that's exactly.
And even that whole, because you think about like Planned Parenthood. Okay, I guess it's wise to Planned Parenthood, sure, but like that's not what they're talking about. They talking about no parenthood. They're talking about slicing up your children and you don't have any. Like that's not planned. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's talking about, I already got a child, now let's plan to destroy it. Like that's you know what I mean? But the name sounds nice. Why would you not be against Planned Parenthood?
Yeah. Like,
that's not what's going on though.
Bro, I made that same argument. when I was talking about BLM. I was like, Planned Parenthood. Think about it. I was like, sounds good, right? But what do they do there? I said that I made that same argument. It's so dope. It's just like, you gotta stop. People need to stop just looking at things and just being like, that sounds good. Pick it apart. Pick it apart. Like even the alphabet people. The LGBTK, whatever. I don't know.
Right.
Even them, it's like but they're gay. And I'm like, okay.
Wait, did you say the alphabet people?
The alphabet people.
Just making sure.
Yeah, you don't know.
I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that one yet. So.
They're the alphabet people, straight up.
Yeah.
They got like 8 letters.
I know, man. Yeah.
No, but even that, it's like gay, bisexual, all this stuff, and it's like, and then I go, gay. Okay, so you say you're gay. Like, what does that mean? So let's pick it apart. Let's unpack it. What does it mean? Well, I'm sexual. They're sexually attracted to the same sex. Like, okay, what's abortion? It's getting rid of a fetus. Okay, what's fetus in Latin? Break these break these labels down to what they truly are, and then it's like people disguise stuff with labels, so then it looks nice on the outside, but pick it apart and you go, oh, that's what it means. I didn't know that. Let's stick a bunch of signs in our yard. It said all are welcome here, and I'm like, I know who you're talking about.
Not Christians.
And all doesn't mean all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? I wasn't welcome here before. Is this for black? Is this for black people? Is this for Mexicans? Who are you talking about? Oh, is this for gay people? Like, who are you talking about?
Right.
Why we gotta put signs in our yard? It made me want to get a personal sign made that said, "We preach Christ crucified." Repent. You know what I'm saying? Like a bigger sign in my yard that just cuts everybody, and then people are gonna start egging my house because everyone has Black Lives Matters and alphabet people flag posts all over the place.
No, that's everywhere.
That my whole neighborhood, and it kind of irritates me because I want to be like, everyone's trying to rep in their yard, like what their worldview is that they don't even know. It's like, what? I'm gonna make a bigger sign and I'm gonna put it right in your face, and I guarantee you, I'm gonna get the most crap out of anyone in the whole neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because I preach truth. Just like he said, a double-edged sword. We come with this sword that's gonna offend everyone.
Right.
Black Lives don't matter than it isn't offend everyone, but the truth will definitely offend everyone. It'll offend everybody. You know what I'm saying? Except for the people that know. You know?
You know something about that is that when the enemy tries to deceive people, there's always a little bit of truth. There's some truth in there. It's deceiving, right? So with Black Lives Matter, like you said earlier, like, yeah, of course Black Lives Matter. Like, who's saying it's not? You know, but the whole thing, you know, is that takes away from other issues that go on. For example, I know a guy who, I mean, cops targeted him like crazy, you know, and you know, just for standing still, you know, he was roughed up and he was chased down. He almost got thrown in prison. If it wasn't for his friend recording him and the whole situation, he would have been in prison right now. But this guy's white. You know what I mean? And so like corrupt police officers, it's a real thing. But Black Lives Matter, they actually make it worse. You know, they cloud it. Even for Christians who want to sympathize with it, they need to know that they shouldn't get behind that. You know, it makes things worse, and not only that, but it's a clear scheme from the devil. I mean, the people who are behind that, I think it's like a lesbian couple or something like that, and their main thing is about it's just really, really messed up. But speaking of which, you know, I wasn't gonna play this song, but now I think I am. It's called Woke.
All right.
You mind if I play it?
We're all canceled before you play.
I know. All right. So that was about a minute. Yeah. At the end, you have a clip of Durbin preaching. The song, was it for guys who like agree with you already, or was it to challenge those who?
Nah, it's for people that got their eyes shut, or you know what I'm saying? Like they say they're woke and they ain't. They're dead. I wrote it for shots fired, but they ain't gonna catch shots anyways. They're gonna be like, I don't get it. Or actually, they might. I went to a church, that did like post up like Black Lives Matters, and I slowly discovered like how much non-truth that they spoke.
Bro, it's a real thing, man. Even in Reformed churches, that's becoming like it's becoming more common. And,
word up.
Yeah, it's within the PCA.
This ain't even Reformed church, so either.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going, and that's why I asked. I was like, I wonder if you wrote this for like guys who like him already, like guys who listen to you and you know and rock with you. But
I wrote it for all the dudes that are like us. Just it's time to bulldoze over, you know, or have these people, you know what the heck is going on.
Yeah,
you know, I'm done with people that just don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to argue with Christians. Like that's the one thing that I like. I'll debate an atheist all day. That's fun. It's nothing. But Christians, man, I just don't like. I don't like arguing and debating with them over dumb stuff when they don't get it. Yeah. You know, when it's a scripture war, like, hey, let's post scripture against scripture, and I'm like, the first thing I say is, does scripture contradict? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, I guess we're done here then, aren't we?
All right.
Because if you're gonna post scripture against mine, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, well, if somebody's got the wrong interpretation, then no.
Right.
You know, it's like don't twist and turn it to make it sound like what you want it to say. Eisegesis the crap out of it.
Right.
So yeah, it's shots fired, and it's just like this is who we are. It's not even. I don't even think about like just me anymore. There's a new, you know, I said revival. You know.
Yeah.
There's people out there that like all y'all that rep something that, you know, the church that I went to didn't. Right. And slowly I'm like, you know what? They're a organization, or they're not even organization. They're just a money making. They're a money grab. They teach about experiences, every sermon, or I'm like, where's the Bible at? You didn't even, you said like one verse,
Right.
or statistics, and then they'd say, you should come to church. People that come to church, or women that come to church, 3 times, blah 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 blah. Make sure you bring your friends to church. And I'm like, you just want more people to come to put money in the basket. And I ended up debating, like, there was a pastor there that jumped on my Facebook post twice, and I got in a debate with him on PMs twice, and just hammered his head in, because I could tell that he's just, it's terrible. So there's a lot of that out there, and that really bothered me too, because I'm like, they are a woke church. They are totally. They just want, it's skinny jean land, and like and like they got the dopest kicks I've ever seen, like the off whites that I'm like, how did you get those?
Right.
No, straight up, all the pastors. And then I went in the back, and the dude had his office, and I looked in there, and he had just kicks, just most expensive shoes you could wear, and just they wear and not to, I mean, so do I wear like stuff like that, not crazy expensive kicks, but it was just like a trendy, like wave rider type stuff, and I'm sick of that kind of stuff. Like, let's ride the wave. Now it's as soon as and all that stuff happened here, all that George Floyd, that happened here. You know what I'm saying? And when all that stuff popped off, I was about to go down there with a shirt that said something you must be born again on the back. But I had my pistol in my back pocket and whatnot. I was about to go down there too and just start saying, repent, or hold a sign or something. You know what I'm saying? Because there was just too many people down there, burning buildings down and whatnot.
Yeah.
But so when that church that I went to, when it happened, then they had a black preacher come up, and I'm like, "What you doing?"
Yeah.
I know what you're doing. What's your agenda? Like, just stuff like that is garbage, man. It's just like, But that, but I agree with what you were saying about Black Lives Matter. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And so I always flip it and I say, why not just say murder is wrong?
Yeah.
Because that's what you're really saying. Yeah. That's what it really is. Murder is wrong. That's it. That's it. Done deal.
Yeah.
Because that Black Lives Matter. No, why are you saying it? Because black people were getting killed. Okay, so people were getting killed. So people shouldn't be killed. So murder is wrong. Yeah. Sounds biblical. But yeah, like you said, angel of light. The devil comes with everything you've ever wanted. He don't come as a monster. He'll come with everything you ever wanted.
Yep.
And that's how it goes.
Well, bro, if you haven't been told yet, man, thank you for writing that song, bro. Seriously. The reason why I'm thanking you is because it's a really good way to start conversation. They could hear it. They hear about Jeff Durbin. He's big on. I mean, he's big on pro-life and all this stuff. And it's just a way to get people to know these guys, but also just to start conversation. Because I'm really big on dialogue. Like okay, we disagree. Don't block me. Like, just don't hit me up on Messenger and let's talk. Let's talk about this. I've already had friends and family, friends that I've known for forever, just block me over an article I post and a little line or two that I make, and lately what I've been doing is I just been posting articles but without any commentary, and then I give my comments in responses, and I let them say, I was like, hey, like you came here on my feed and like you're the one I wants to talk about it, so let's have a little back and forth. So